Okay, I'm here now at the bioMérieux booth. I got Ben Pascal. He is the global head of the X-Pro program. First question is, give us a general overview of what you guys do for the beverage industry.
Sure. So at bioMérieux, we're one of the world leaders in diagnostic development and manufacturing for microbiology. Here at the Beverage Conference, we have a strong focus on food safety as well as beverage spoilage.
How do you guys approach innovation and what's next for the beverage industry?
So, awesome question. I'm so happy that you asked that. So, we've developed a culture of innovation, not only at bioMérieux, but through the acquisition of a company called Invisible Sentinel. We've built ourselves into a world leader in the development of molecular diagnostics, and we have not only a strong focus on food safety, but on beverage spoilage. You know, when you're looking at things like a beverage, it's often high acid, it goes through pasteurization, and it's not always pathogens that are really the worry. Now you've got a whole host of unique microorganisms that can spoil that product and impact the quality, so much so that it's noticed by the consumer. And so we try to focus and partner with multiple clients, and we've done this through a program known as the X-Pro program, where we've actually partnered with industry to develop unique solutions for these types of problems. We've done this more than 30 times across the globe at this point, where we've put out new solutions that have become the paradigm in terms of quality control to detect these types of microorganisms, to predict whether these types of microorganisms will actually impact the quality, and to provide really true, meaningful tools beyond just saying what the name of the organism is or the species that the organism is. We really want to provide tools that are far more predictive in their nature as to what may be present and what may impact the quality of the beverages that our groups we're servicing are manufacturing.
Okay, you mentioned predictive solutions. What does that actually mean, and what does it mean to the industry?
All right, so that is a term that's used a lot, and a lot of folks who know me, you know, I often say it's not lip service to use a tool like predictive diagnostics. So for us, I'm not interested, and our manufacturers we work with are not always interested in knowing what's the name of this new microorganism that we have. I've detected this here, and I've got a test for it to say what the species is. What we want to determine is not all species that will affect and live in the harsh environment of a beverage, right, will actually go on to impact the quality and spoil the product. So for us, right, we actually look and say, what are the genes, right? We've been able to go so far with our augmented diagnostics approach, with our ability to detect certain genes and understand whether those genes will allow one organism within the same species to spoil a product, whereas the same organism in the species may not spoil it. So we look for those differences through our microbiological approach and our research approaches. And then we build an assay that detects those genes. And so when our manufacturers run that on their floor as part of their quality program, they're able to say, okay, I have this organism that is of concern, but importantly, I have the genes and I have the data that tell me that this organism is going to spoil and impact the quality of my product. So that's a predictive tool that allows them to say 100% with confidence that I've got an organism that's present that is going to foul or impact the quality of my product.
Awesome. And last question for you. Talk about the value that you guys bring as a company to the beverage industry.
So I'm going to use an example of that if I can, Tim. And a tool that we put out is called GeneUp Pro ACB, which stands for GeneUp Pro, but Alicyclobacillus. Now, Alicyclobacillus is an organism that loves high acid, as well in beverages and juices, and it's also thermophilic, meaning it can survive high temperatures, pasteurization. So the state of the art before we developed what we built at bioMérieux was to be able to detect certain species that are known to produce these off flavors. And we said, well, not all species are created equal. So we looked for genes that would identify whether this organism would actually produce metabolites that'll put off flavors and aromas in the product. And then we built an assay against that. So rather than saying, okay, I have Alicyclobacillus, what do I do? Now our users will run our assay and they know they have Alicyclobacillus, and they know they have Alicyclobacillus that will actually impact the quality of their product. So it's essentially pencils down, I have the answers I need, I know how to make the decisions that I need to make to release my product or not. And that's an example of our predictive solutions that we put out through our augmented diagnostics approach and through our game-changing X-Pro program.
Sounds like you guys have something pretty exciting going on. Give us a quick preview of what that is and why it's so exciting for you guys.
So one of the other difficult organisms that we hear about time and time again across the globe at this point relates to heat-resistant molds. And these are molds that are really slow growing, but they're very impactful on beverage quality because they're noticed immediately by a consumer, right? Mm-hmm. So there have been no rapid solutions that we've seen on the marketplace to be able to rapidly detect these types of molds. And when I say slow, Tim, I'm talking 10, 15 days that groups will wait for a result where they'll actually hold raw materials before they release them into production. So we have a tool we've been working on with a major beverage producer. BCN Laboratories, you may know, has been doing a lot of the validation work for this assay. And so we're excited in the coming months that we'll be releasing this new tool to reduce the time from 15 days down to 3 days with the same sensitivity and the same specificity that one would get with the traditional standard, gold standard, cultural-based methods. So we're really excited about that to really be solving the problem of heat-resistant molds and how they impact the quality of a lot of the beverages that are here today.
Awesome, there you go. Quick update here from bioMérieux. Thank you, Ben, for everything that you guys do for us here at ISBT. We appreciate seeing you guys at the show, and best of luck.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you.
All right.